Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey. Today's video I'm actually so excited to film. I finally received the Makeup or the Revolution Beauty Conceal and Define Foundation. This has been so eagerly awaited and I'm literally kind of just so excited to try it. So, I did actually pick up one of the Conceal and Define supersizes as well. They're a little bit tricky to find on the website, which is kind of annoying. So anyway, this is the original concealer, this is the supersize. As you can see the difference in size here, it's almost 3 times the amount of product in this as there is in this. This is £4 and this is £7. So you're getting really good value for money. I wish they'd released it in this size originally because I go through these way too quick. So I'm really glad that I ended up getting this one. Anyway, this video is mainly about this. This is the foundation and... Okay, so on the Superdrug website it says under product information, ages, unisex, affordable, yours, new to Conceal and Define family, make our Conceal and Define full coverage foundation. So there we go, it says it's full coverage. It says offering lightweight yet buildable coverage in 24 skin true shades. This versatile foundation is designed to suit every skin type and tone with oil-free yet creamy and comfortable formula that dries down to a long-lasting demi-matte finish. It won't settle into fine lines or cling to dry patches. Housed in a luxe glass bottle with a jumbo doe foot applicator for greater control and less waste. This foundation offers highly pigmented coverage that can be layered or diffused to suit your look. Swipe on and blend out to ramp up the coverage for a real skin finish that diffuses blemishes and uneven skin tone, or let your complexion's natural character shine through using a small amount with a damp beauty sponge for veil-like coverage. Follow with your favourite shades of Conceal and Define concealer to highlight, contour or conceal individual shade description, and then it's got all the individual shades. So I bought F6.5 and it says for light skin tones with a yellow undertone, and F7 which is for medium skin tones with a neutral undertone. I tend to lean towards the more yellow or peachy or neutral, just completely neutral. Now the one thing that I'm noticing is if you look at these top bands here, there's only a half, like a 0.5 between these two shades, and look at the shade difference. So that's a little bit interesting. So I'm just going to do a quick, wow, a lot comes out on that doe foot. I'm going to do a quick swatch. The one thing I would say about the doe foot applicators is great for like using at home, but say I wanted to add this to my kit because it was a really good foundation, it would be a bit of a pest because obviously I can't swipe it on everybody's face. So these are the two shades that I got. Top one up here is F7 and this one is F6.5. You can see there's quite a bit of difference in between those two shades. I'm going to apply it with a beauty sponge. I've got the Morphe, I think this is the Contour Highlight Sponge. I absolutely love this thing. I haven't really spoken about it because it's been Morphe overload recently, but this is like my new favourite sponge. So I guess instead of me rambling for like 12 minutes before we actually even get into the video, I'm just going to kind of crack on and try this on camera. I'm going to do a swipe of the lighter shade on each side and on my forehead. This really is quite light. I'm going to try and build this up slowly. I don't want to go sort of overkill with it. The doe foot does pick up quite a lot, it is massive. I do like the doe foot applicator idea, but I don't like the idea that I'm kind of, if there's anything on my face, I don't really want to be putting it back into the bottle. Okay, so that's what we have going on so far, so I'm just going to start blending this out. I don't know how quickly this dries, so I want to try and get it blended out as quickly as possible. Okay, so that blends out really quite nicely. There's nothing immediately that I don't like about it. I think it's way too pale though, so the F6.5 shade is a little bit pale. So I'm just going to do kind of like my second layer with F7. And I'm going to put lots of little dots this time because I feel that swiping it kind of just... it's a little bit harder to blend out, so I think lots of little dots will maybe help this time. So that's a couple of layers and it looks really nice. I mean, it's not really grabbed onto anything I don't want it to. It's sinking into my smile lines quite quickly. But it is sort of more of a matte finish foundation, so I suppose that's to be expected. I like how it's sitting on my skin, or not sitting on my skin, but I like how the foundation is sitting. I think it is a really nice finish. It doesn't look crazy cakey. It doesn't look, you know, kind of, it doesn't look crazy like foundation. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like skin because it is a little, I mean, it's pretty much dry. So I would say work with this on sections of the face. So we'll do one cheek, then do the other cheek, then do your forehead. Don't do what I did and put it kind of all over, because it does get a little bit difficult to blend. So I'm going to take the concealer now, and I got the concealer in C5. This isn't really a highlighting shade, but I really like this shade for if I do sort of other areas of my face apart from the middle. This concealer is the same formula as what's in the smaller bottles. They haven't changed anything, they've just literally put bigger packaging with more concealer in it out. So I'm not worried about this concealer at all, but I just want to see how well it plays with the foundation. And yeah, it just sort of melts into the face. I mean, it actually looks, you can't even see where the foundation ends and the concealer begins. So the bits that I usually do with this concealer are here and here, because these bits always wear off really quickly on me. And a little bit on my forehead. I don't feel like I really need it anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, this just melts into the foundation beautifully. There's no lines of demarcation, literally 3 taps and it's sort of gone. I have a little tiny wee bit of redness up here from a wee blemish, so I'm just going to dot over that. And it blends so nicely into the foundation and then just disappears. So, okay, so far I'm liking it. Sinking into this smile line just a little bit, so if you do have problems with that, that'll happen. But it's not really sinking into my forehead lines, which I find is a little bit strange because foundation normally sinks into that. So, I'm going to carry on and do the rest of my base makeup, because I do think that it is quite a lot to do with the foundation, how your bronzer applies, and then how your blush and stuff like that applies, and then I'll do my eyes and stuff like that off camera. So for my bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Seemed to go on pretty smooth, no kind of issues there. And with my butter bronzer, sometimes I find it grabs in places, so that's quite good. I'm going to take my Cool Porcelain contour from Makeup Geek. I'm just going to use Spellbound, I think it's, yep, Spellbound from Makeup Geek. So I haven't used this in a while. And I really like this JH06 brush from the, what's it called, the Master Collection, for doing my blush. I don't know why, it's just such a soft kind of wash of colour that you get. It's really easy to control. Like more high pigment blushes, you can't really mess it up. All applied really nicely. I'm not having any issues, touch wood. And then I'm going to go in with Spark from Morphe. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just going to give it a wee set. If you've watched my videos before, you've probably seen that when I set my face, I kind of go over with my beauty blender and dab. That's purely because I have peach fuzz, and all of it clings to the peach fuzz, so you kind of want to dab that off because it just makes you look like you've got a hairy face. I have to say, ignore my eyebrows, for how full coverage it is. I mean, I never ever like to cover up this little kind of, I think it's like a sunspot or something like that. I kind of like it, so I never really like to kind of go in and cover it up, so you can see through a little bit. But for like how full coverage it is over the rest of my face, I just think it's got a really stunning finish. I'll kind of let you see for yourself what the finish of it is like. And this is obviously with bronzer, with highlighter, with blush, stuff like that. It is set. I mean, I have a bit of dry skin, and I mean it's really, really dry. I don't know, it could, hopefully not, but it could be like a little patch of psoriasis in the middle of my eyes. But I've had it for a wee while now, and it always does pick up to a certain extent. And it was really dry last night, but it's kind of just sitting over the top of it nicely. You can still see it, but it's not grabbing, it doesn't look crusty or anything like that. Right, I'm going to finish up my eyes and the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back and I will show you like a completed look. But so far, I'm impressed. This stuff is £9. You get 23 mils in it, which is 0.8 fluid ounces, so you're not quite getting your 30 mils, but for £9. And the packaging is like a frosted glass, you know, it's not like cheapy packaging or anything like that. But anyway, I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished up the rest of my makeup and nothing's really changed. I still really like it. It's sinking into the smile line a little bit, but that's not unusual. So I've had it on now for almost an hour, for 45 minutes or so, just so that I could finish up this eye look and, you know, film another video. And yeah, it's not really changed much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, do kind of whatever it is that I have to do today, and then later on in a few hours I will come back and I'll let you see how it's getting on, so that we can do a proper wear test with this foundation. So yeah, this is where we are right now. It still looks stunning. I am still really impressed with it, and long may it continue. So I will pop back in a wee bit and I'll let you know how it's holding up. Okay, so don't mind me in my dressing gown. It is freezing here in Scotland, and yeah, I refuse to put my heating on yet. So it is just coming on 7 o'clock. As you can see, my eyelashes are gone, but I thought I would check in and let you know how the foundation's holding up. I mean, what's that, 5.5 hours, 5 hours? I'm kind of really impressed with this foundation. I mean, I've been eating and my lipstick's kind of all but gone, but it's not, I mean, I don't really get oily anyway. I tend to just get drier. It's not really collected on any dry, but it's got collected a little bit on my chin. I'll maybe zoom in. That's it. Okay, that's really up close and personal. Just maybe collected a little bit around about my chin. The really, really dry patch that I was talking about earlier looks exactly the same. It's not clung on to anymore. It actually looks kind of dewy, which is weird because normally, like I said, I get very dry. It's not really sunk into the lines too much more. I mean, it's picked up a little bit here and a little bit here. I'm really impressed. So after 5.5 hours, this is how the foundation's looking. Hi. It's 9 at night, so I am sufficiently tired. I haven't really done that much. I haven't been out and about. I've done a load of editing and stuff like that, but yeah, so I'm here on my face. So what are we, 9? That is 7.5 hours, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. And I thought I would I'm actually upstairs to take my makeup off now, because it always hits a certain point of the night and I just want it off my face. So I actually have to say, without actually looking at it and all that jazz, feeling it wise, it feels nice. I don't know why I'm touching my face, because I mean like feeling it on my face. Feeling it on my face, it still feels alright. It doesn't feel like oily. It doesn't feel, sometimes like when I'm wearing foundation, I'm just like, get it off my face. But this isn't bad. Looking at it from a distance, it still looks beautiful. Looking at it close up, you can see it. You can definitely see it. I mean, it's sort of started to break up on my nose, around my nose. If I was to like do that, yeah, I'm pretty sure it will actually rub off my nose. You can see it along sort of like my lip line, because I've been eating and stuff like that. See, my nose looks really red now that I've rubbed it. But I haven't touched this up. I haven't done anything to it. I mean, I've probably been leaning on my face. Like I said, I had my headphones on and stuff like that, so yeah, it's held up really quite well. So it definitely gets an A+ from me. For £9, I mean, it's on par with my Dior. Yeah, I don't know if it's too early to say that, but it is sort of right as of this moment on par with my Dior Forever, my Dior Skin Forever foundation. So I don't know why I'm way up here, but so far so good. I love it. Like I say, you'll see it in other videos anyway, but if you were thinking about buying it, go buy it. It's awesome. I really like it. I mean, after 7 hours of wear, with me, normally it looks so much worse than this. I would say most foundations look like this on me after about 4 or 5 hours, so this is holding up pretty damn good. So if you enjoyed this video, I would obviously love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!